Hi everyone, today I wanted to talk about Andy's Man Club. Now Andy's Man Club is a UK charitable organisation that organises weekly support groups on a Monday for men all around the UK. This allows men to meet in a safe, comfortable, confidential space to talk openly about their problems. Now I actually took advantage of Andy's Man Club a few years ago. Alexis had just come out as transgender, which of course came as a huge shock to the system. Combine that with depression and anxiety and a sprinkling of some medical problems that I was experiencing, which thank God have been fixed now. I was going through a really low point in my life. Now for too long men have been told to bury their problems, to man up and hide their feelings and to simply push through the silence. As we all know, when you keep problems to yourself, it just builds and builds and builds until one day it erupts. This suppressing of feelings, it can be deadly. Suicide is still one of the leading causes of death in men under the age of 50, and I genuinely believe that talking can save lives. Through my experience, I found that Andy's Man Club created a warm, welcoming, non-judgmental experience where us men can share our experiences, and you don't actually need to be in crisis to attend. You can simply turn up to connect, unload and support each other. Now I remember my experience fondly. After a warm initial welcome, the whole group kind of broke off into smaller groups of around 10-15 people, and we went into different rooms. I remember looking around the room at all these different men sat in this circle. Some were tall, some were short, skinny. There was even one guy that was huge. He was really muscly. He was just full of tattoos. Even my own judgment, I thought, he looks really manly. He looks really like he could deal with anything. Now, when it was my turn to share my story, my problems, everyone was so tuned in and they were listening to me as if I was the only person in the room. I know we should never compare our problems to everybody else's problems because our problems are important to us and they're a big thing, but you just can't help it. And I remember sat there listening to these other people talk about what they were going through, and it was horrific. It put things into perspective for me that my problems, although they were big to me and I was struggling with them, they were so small in comparison. It was unbelievable, and these men were going through some really tough situations, things I'm not going to share on here, but you can probably use your imagination. If you are struggling, or if you know anyone else that's struggling and you want to talk, I would honestly recommend Andy's Man Club. I do hope that conversations like this, like the one that we're having today, can challenge stereotypes, make us remember that by talking about our problems, it doesn't make us weaker, it makes us stronger. Because mental health matters. It mattered to me, and it can matter so much more than any physical ailment. You know, a broken arm can be fixed, feeling poorly, having the flu, all these things, they're much easier to fix because the solution is often just medication or surgical or something. Nobody should ever feel like they have to deal with these problems alone. Go check out andysmanclub.co.uk. You can find your nearest group in your city, in your local town. And I just want to end it on, just remember guys, it's okay to talk.